O sashi peki chushe me to trauma rira le Gambadi Sangye Shindu Mite Buwagi Tukun Namanda Shila Chupar Sho Jesus Lama Tamba Könangi Chülükü Kala Kenze Chuzente Jitar Zambe Luje Zemaila Sage Chuki Charva Atusu Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyatayami
Sangye
Soge Chonam La Chanchu Bado Dani Kepsuche Dagi Chenyen Gibe Sonam Dola Penche Sanje Dubasho
Sangye
Chudan Soge Chonam La Chanchu Bado Dani Kepsu Dagi Chenyen Gibe Sonam Ye Dola Penche Sanje Dubasho
Sangye
Chudan Soge Chonam La Chanchu Pado Dani Kepsuche Dagi Chenyen Gibe Dola Penche Sanje Dubasho
Sangye Chuda Kazanlı Türkçe'den cevap nasıl geçmeli düşündü. İşte şey tabii çünkü şey. Normalde görüldüğü gibi hatta anlamda miğne dua koyacağız işte. Tam zeketunda geçiyordun. Tawai chawa namsari sadriga chukwa kundi samba udachi. Kundi chola chata that was motivation. So by coming to Kopan course, even the listening teaching is just able to listen is not enough. So it has to be possessed by all this Dharma. First of all, top the non-Dharma motivation, and it's been listening with Dharma motivation, so pure motivation, ethical mind, ethical action, pure action, healthy mind, and healthy mind, ethical mind, pure action, virtuous action, positive action, so Dharma mind, so that listening teaching can become only holy Dharma after the mind become holy Dharma. So like that, at least it's like that. You can't just even listening word, paying attention to just word, that's enough. So here, it has to be special. Where the listening teaching has to be special. And Dharma, what to healthy, ethical. So, that is a bit of motivation. So, then differentiate, as I mentioned before, from the mind of the ants, the mind of the bugs and mosquitoes and chickens and the pigs and the cows, and the motivation is special from them. So their motivation just to seek the happiness of this life, food, So while the ants are keeping so busy, running up and down, so busy. I don't know how they manage it. If one ant round the table, they sign sweets or chocolate or some sweets, then I don't know how they're able to give message so fast. And that's I wonder, that's my question. I have this question, how they can give quick message. So suddenly hundreds of ants come, get together. So I don't know how they don't have iPads. They don't have iPads. They don't telegram or nothing. So I don't wonder how they do it. Those are my question. Probably scientifically explained. But I don't know. I'm interested to learn about it. It's scientifically explained. But it's very interesting. In Singapore, many years ago, I gave sugar, on the corner of the building. It's a little bit, but nobody comes. They're going up and down next to that, but never come to eat sugar. You see, nobody comes. That's very interesting. It's supposed to come. The idea is supposed to come, but sweet. But I may tell you one day, on the edge building, so they come nearby, so nobody comes to pick up. So it's very strange, very, very interesting. Why? Even though they come in the kitchen where there's sweets, so easily. So in the group, once one find out, then I don't know how the others come very fast, no matter how far. I think a building, many tower building, I don't know how they come up. They're really amazing. The message that goes spreads. They don't have iPad. They don't have an iPad, telephone. So other two. So that was my question. So to call them. So anyway, so motivation to be special from them. So they have also motivation seeking for the pleasure of this life, eating food, to get the food pleasure of this life, eating food, all that. So nothing, so to be special from them by their motivation. We got human body, so the motivation has to be special from them. So otherwise, body is the human body, motivate mind with the way to the mind is exactly the same with him. So that's not a surprise. It doesn't make the life beneficial. It doesn't make life special, beneficial. Doesn't make it. The same with him. So she going with this life. And virtue was a motivation, attachment to this life, so it became non-virtue. So it's the result of suffering, being from this life. After this life, only suffer some Lord. So like that. So it's very sad. So very, very sad. No matter how much you have $1 billion, $1 trillion, you make every day. Business or whatever, lottery or business, or it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any, because people have some hardships, physical hardship. It doesn't make less mind suffering, but physical hardship less. But maybe you don't have to hard work, physical, but it's temporary. That's all. So nothing make life special. You are seeing $1 billion, $1 trillion every day. It's nothing. No essence. Yeah, but that's. So anyway. I don't remember the quotation from the 7th Dalai Lama. So, then, so they listen to teaching, and then she should become Dharma. The action should become the holy Dharma. So that doesn't be cause of lower realm, it purifies his thoughts, and then it causes happiness, future life. The teacher live, happiness is the body of the happy market will bring, and the human body, Deva body like that. And then, even that is not, even the teaching, listening teaching peacefully, then become a cause of that, not become Dharma, and cause of that happiness, future life, that's not sufficient. And not just one time, but from life to life. Life to life, goodness, Lord, not even that. So it must become, the motivation, the renunciation, the first renunciation to this life, or the happiness with this life, no essence. So then, besides that, on top, then even the future life, sometimes pleasure or both of the nature of suffering. Realizing that, think that is very to be free from oceans of suffering sometimes. To be free from that. And then, the listening teaching should be expressed by the renounced pure mind, more pure than before, more better Dharma than before, more ethical, more healthy than before. Then the action, the listening, teaching become more healthy, more pure virtue, more ethical, more healthy, all that than before. Then just concentrating liberation from samsara, from the oceans of samsara suffering, forever. That ultimate happiness forever, so everlasting happiness, believe peaceful. So even that is not enough, sufficient to listen, motivation to listen to teaching. So the real benefit, benefits for the life, for the real use of life, the real one, that one is even though when you think of about the usefulness of human rebirth, so three sublime success. So first success, then your action become the not cause of illusion, cause of the happiness which lives. Then second is not because cause of samsara, the cause of liberation. All of that is that second sublime success. Three great sublime success was the second one. But even so, real use the benefit of life, or then there is to benefit others. To benefit others, even one insect, even one person, child or old age or whatever, anyone he may be, one insect. All like that, starting from there to numberless helping, numberless hunger, numberless animal, numberless human, numberless asura, intimate sleeping, to benefit. Sakasuri, what that's the third, the great sublime success. What are there? That's the real benefit of life, to benefit others. So as we have come through this morning, the meditation, so first of all, as yourself, you regard as precious, precious, most important, and this and that, then other numberless sentient beings. So it's then is first you equal with others, as you are important. So precious, so then also every other sentient being saying, so precious, and so precious, so important, same, exactly same. As you want happiness, you don't want suffering, as everyone is same. Want happiness, you don't want suffering. Yeah, exactly the same with that. So then, as I mentioned the other day, but at the end, I didn't, didn't make it completely clear, but I did give explanation how even one sentient being is so precious. So I mentioned all the sufferings from beginning history, but now all the future, everything, all the sufferings come from the I. And then all the happiness came from the others. So even one, not only numberless sentient being, even one sentient being. Even one sentient being, you receive all your past, present, future, all the happiness from one sentient being. So even one sentient being is most precious. I went through the explanation yesterday, even one sentient being, how your all the past, present, future happiness you receive from one sentient being, I explained yesterday. So that's very important meditation. Not only to remember eating Kopan course, then you leave Kopan, then forget everything. Not like that. That is your. That bodhicitta is your. If you don't want suffering, want happiness, even for yourself, best is bodhicitta. Do everyday life, day and night, all the time. Bodhicitta practice to regard the sentient beings the most precious, the most kind. Then, you see, if you have that recognition, you wouldn't be able to harm others. You would only benefit. You would only have compassion, the compassion, the loving and righteous. How precious you think of that as well. As the abbot Kopan Monastery thought I was talking, sentient beings more kind than Buddha. Also he got the idea, smell out in Wisdom Sangha is so you rely on them totally, their power, definitely power, not some rock or tree or cow or something. Saying that whom you take refuge in, who got you, is the sun or cow or something like that, not like that, you see. So logical here, logical. Then they have power, complete power to free you from samsara. So, anyway, so even this come from this insect, come from this human being. What Buddha Sangha? So this most precious, most kind. So this insect, this human being, this snake, so the back, but the mosquito. So this so it is said in the Bhajavatara by great Buddha Deva, Jala Kuche teaching the lamrim teacher. So as you highly respect, most respect Buddha, praise Buddha, make offering to Buddha, so you respect Buddha, why not the sentiment? Why don't you do the same with the sentiment? Jala Kuche teaching the lamrim teacher. Why don't you do the sentiments, the insects, the humans, those unbelievable suffering beings? Why don't you do the same respect? It's very true. Because Buddha came from them. So the kindness of sentient beings, it's kind of bigger than sky, limited sky. Unbelievable. So the so the yourself is I. So Lama is the Guru. Lama sitting where mentioned from where all the past, present, future, all the suffering comes by. Lama sitting was said, Dana Lingi, I think I mentioned to you, Peter Dana Lingi, Zawain de, Yang de, Cherishing. So the I is source of negative karma, Lingi is our bad karma, negative karma. Lingi is the root of the bad negative karma. So therefore, Yang the Cherishing, it is something to renounce. It is something to cast immediately. Yang is so far, very far. The blind person, you see, use trolley paper, you see, all like that. So throw far away. So that you see, as I said, even they kill you, but it was separate the mind from this life body. That's all. It doesn't stop. Still you can be born pure land Buddha. Still you can receive the human body, happiness, future life. You know, it doesn't cost you to be reborn, Lord. But if you negative karma, subject thought, then you get reborn in the Lord. So you see. So Jenny Tsondro Junguinte, Zhang the limit churching. So the other source of the enlightenment, Buddhahood. So you cherish immediately without delay, second. Zhang the limit churching. So without taking a second to just immediately cherish with the benefits like sky, limitless sky. So then the other ones immediately without delay second to cast, renounce. So Lama sitting around there. That's the Lama Chapa mentioned in the lamrim section. The Rangi Jebel Sebe Jonedi Mindeduma TV Jutone Lendalo Kondo Soche the Danzan Dojama Tingelos. So this is good to write down. So when you have problems, especially when you have problems, you must remember this, apply this. Whatever depression, depression, relationship problem, failed in business, whatever. See, Rangi Jebel Sebe Jonedi Mindeduma TV Jutone Oh, Lelendal, Kondo Sonchi, that Dojamachin. So, Rangi Sebe Jonedi. So, the chronic disease, that's the disease of mind, the self-cherishing thought, selfish mind, never give you happiness, neither temporary happiness nor ultimate happiness, up to enlightenment. Or the main enemy to it, for you to achieve all the happiness, particularly enlightenment. The ultimate happiness, the main enemy who don't allow you. So the Kasure Jonati the cherishing eye by seeing that this is a cause of rising unfavorable sufferings. So you see, whatever happens bad, whatever happens in the everyday, in anything bad thing, anything that you don't like, You see, and then they're opposite against your wishes. You see, against your wishes, and then what happened? Immediately, without delay, even second, immediately, put the blame on the self-taking thought. Immediately. This is, without delay, second, whatever happens, immediately. You see, if you delay it, what happens? Then you blame others. You put the blame outside, or the animals, or the people, the sentient beings. You receive most precious, the most kind of from the Dharma Sangha come from there. All your past, present, future, everything from you receive. Or then you blame, you destroy, you kill, you chop, you do anything what you can. You see, the most precious one, you receive all the happiness, success, what happens, all like that. Terrible. So to the ignorant. So see, if you delete, then you see, you blame goes outside, wrong. Like you shoot your gun or the arrow, not hitting on the target, but hitting the wrong. Was not supposed to hit those who take care, kill them. So when you're supposed to hit the target, don't hit it. So like that. So they said, Lendala. Immediately blend that, Lendala. Kondo Sunjete say, harbor it, Kondo Sunjete. Then, like outside in me, you harbor that, this person says this person does this, you complain, in all life, bad, all like that, you see. Then the Kondo, you harbor this self-chasing thought. You see, the harm, you harbor. They ask him, made you feel, Guru, however, yeah. Buddha was to Guru, many things. So I requested the Guru Buddha Guru, then it's a request to bless me, to able to dance this great demon, this self-chasing thought, great demon. Jumpers to destroy. Eliminate. Please. But but I'm eating. But of course, I'm eating one thing. Not only put the blames on the self, not only put the blames to the self, immediately without delay. Otherwise, you create harming others. You understand? Oh, the weather, you got sick because of weather. Oh, change weather, oh, you see, outside things. Not sentiment, but it's outside elements. So I say like that. So, not only that, then you take the problem, you accept. You take the problem, give it to your enemy self-chasing thought, great demon, the self-chasing. You take the problem, the like habit or anything, or death, or you take it. The sentence makes it death, you see, or what do we call it with? You take it in. Not only blame the self, but you take it and give it to the self-same thought. Give it to the self-same thought. So it's like you use as a weapon all these undesirable things, big or small, whatever happens in your life, even cancer, leprosy, disease, anything. You give it, you take it, you give it to your great demon, self-chasing thought. Then totally like bombed on your enemy, the army, see? totally destroyed. The ego, the self-taking thought, totally destroyed. So practice that. Then Dala Kundu Sunjit, besides blame, but try to attack all that. They use as a bomb, weapon to immediately to eliminate, to destroy the great demon who don't allow to achieve enlightenment, to benefit, to cause happiness to others. From one to numberless sentiments who don't allow you to enlighten them. So, we'll destroy that, and totally eliminate that way. It's a great practice. Great practice. So you have a problem, but your mind is happy. Your mind is happy because you're using the problem to achieve enlightenment for sentient being. You're using the problem to achieve enlightenment for sentient being. You're using the problem for the sentient beings to achieve enlightenment. Or numberless sentient beings to achieve enlightenment. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What more happiness you want than this? Then this is what you can do. What more happiness you want? You have to think, well, you choose, you want this, or you want to go on the surfing boat on the waves. When the wave comes, when the high wave comes, you ride on surfing boat, or glider, what is fly in the sky? It's with the wings. What do you call wings? Huh? Yeah, I don't know what it's called. So you prepare this practice or with that one. You give up this practice and do that one. And then if you don't succeed, you'll fall down. Anyway, so anyway, this element of wood, fantastic practice, unbelievable. Any problem comes for you, and one's mind is so happy, relaxed, that you use to achieve the highest happiness, enlightenment. You use that to cause all happiness to all the sentient beings, to achieve enlightenment. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? You have to think well. Not with small mind. Don't have small mind. Or close mind. So, whether you're cancer, whatever disease you have, whatever relationship problem, any problem you have, even death, say, apply this. Incredible joy. Makes you most happy life. You understand? That's it. Which people adverses that says, I mentioned you already before, but Dani, I, myself, sentient tamtela towards all the sentiments. Is you know lelhapi. So more special, higher or more special, exil, I don't know that's the word. Then sentient beings. That's the sentient beings more higher, special than which ground jewel. Which ground jewel, that which ground jewel you get from the ocean. Then you see in the pigeon there, you put on the banners, then whatever you pray, needs for this life. You need how many rockets you want, how many helicopters you want, how many kasuri. How many swimming pools you need, how many towers, 100 towers or the billion towers for the house or whatever you pray for your comfortless life, then because you are married, like Sai Baba does this with the ashes, then we give it something to watch, like the people. So similar like that, you see, mainly you are married, the condition which you can do, then whatever you pray, everything get materialized after that. So which you can do, or more, one which you can do, more precious than the skies of diamond, skies of gold, skies of diamond, skies of sapphire. So you see, the one which is going to be more precious than skies with diamond. Skies with diamond can do what which going to do, what which is going to do. That's after prayer. You see? So now sentient beings, more special, more higher than which can do. No, it's like this. So, by cherishing one sentient being, by cherishing one insect, bug, ant or something, then one person, or one other person, human being, who he by cherishing one, then you become free from Lord. By cherishing that one sentiment, you become free from samsara. By cherishing that one sentiment, you are free from Lord Nirvana, the cause of achieving enlightenment. Even cherishing one sentiment. Manam jesung delo gobe lo tai yunde jiwe gotane dowa dida dagi danya so the teba samba chilo. That's not the words to write down. In other words, rangi jinzi mara kaza manam jesung delo gobe lo Panam jesung the mother sentient beings, you cherish the mother sentient beings. Manam jesung, you cherish the mother sentient beings. Manam jesung. Delo gobe lo, then this thought want to lead the sentient beings in the happiness. So from suffering into happiness, want to lead the sentient beings from suffering into happiness. The seeing this by seeing this thought, draw to receive all the qualities. You see, all the qualities. With the Dharma Sangha, all the qualities, including infinite qualities, the Buddha's holy body, holy spiritual mind, everything. All the qualities from that righteous, cherishing others, One jesung delo govelo, taya in this, then cherishing others is the door, receiving all the qualities. All the qualities. Wow. You got that in the limitless qualities. Door to receive. There's a limitless qualities. Did you got on by seeing that got on because even all the even numbers helping Tangura, animal, him, even all big enemy to you. All the transformatory beings, everyone rises against you, any enemy, your enemy. But from my side, to cherish more, cherish more than your life. Cherish them more than your life. That's something for special in the West. Cherish them more than your life. Your life is more than that. Cherish them. So bless me to this. So you see, so even cherishing one sentient being, one sentient being, this bug, this ant, this mosquito, wow, even one sentient being, what, this one person, this childhood, this old person, whatever, cherishing this one person. You see that this is open, this is door, cherishing this one, it's open the door. This is a door to receive all the limitless happiness up to enlightenment. Even Buddha's infinite qualities, Buddha's holy principles, all the mind, everything. This is a door. This is all the infinite qualities. By seeing this in the way, even all sentient beings, even they become my enemy, but I, from my side, cherish more than my life. Buddha's grammar blessings, all that. It's so important prayer to write down this Lama Chava to or even one sentiment. So here in the very verses, even one sentiment being, you see, then cherishing. You don't get free from lamrim, achieve high happiness, and then free from samsara, achieve liberation, then free from Lord Nirvana, then achieve enlightenment. It's amazing. So how precious the sentient, so the sentient being, so the one which grand jewel, the one which grand jewel, infinite which grand jewel, cannot, just by that, you cannot purify or stop the cause of lamrim and virtue. Cannot stop suffering, cannot cause good rebirth in body. Cannot stop you the experiencing suffering, oceans of suffering samsara. Cannot cause spiritual liberation. Cannot be free from Lord Nirvana. Cannot free from self-chasing thoughts. Achieving light. You cannot cause achieving light. But this one sentiment, cherish, yes. Then you see, you see all that, happiness, spiritual life, and liberation, then the enlightenment. Amazing. Even you cherish one sentiment. So this one sentiment is how precious it is, how kind, how precious it is. Or even you have skies which ground jewel, nothing. It's nothing compared to the kindness of this one insect, this one person, human being. That's the Buddhist meditation, how other sentiments so kind and precious. So not to develop loving kindness, thorough cherishing others. You need that. You need to understand this. How kind, even one sentiment. Okay, so like this. Okay, so like this. So then you see, even when you are sick, when you're depressed, or when you're happy. So whatever happens in life, but always I cherish, serve sentient being with the body, spirit, mind. Always. So. Then you know that conjunctivitis, without the jeopardy of Allah. So, Katsuri, Lama Atisha said, Katsuri. I mentioned to you how Kopan calls 50, how many? 50 times? 50, how many? Kopan calls 53 times. It's my inspiration I got is the meditation is the from Cherishing, lamrim, lojong temo. So I told you before. So Cherishing said, it's like a great Lama it happened in Tibet. It's like one sun in the world. One sun shines, the animals can enjoy, all what people can enjoy. Also like that. One Lama in Tibet would great benefits. So so he said this. Core temperature, pamanam. 누구 중에 이신으로보다 오늘도 외담을 하다고 때네 심지어 재벌쯤은이 가장 지우치면 남달라. Oh, that's so important. If you can remember this, 남달라. So this the parents, the kind parents, the kind is not now from beginners, but the kind parents who have been wandering in samsara, not only not wandering, have been wandering from beginners. No beginning. You understand? No beginning. You must think well, so that you can have compassion. No beginning. So, 제가 좀 진짜 봐만남. 그래서 진짜 봐나 누구 중에 이신노부터. So they're wishing on jewel. They're like wishing on jewel. Fulfill all your wishes for happiness. Everything. Fulfill all your wishes for happiness. They're wishing on jewel. So see, when the mosquito bites you, when the ants bite you, at that time you have to remember this. My wishing on my wishing on jewel. You see, best. Best message. Not only who gives you peace or who gives you money, when you don't have money, then somebody gives you money. When you don't have money to eat food to travel, somebody gives you money or something. Not like that. No, mosquito who makes noise while you sleep. Makes noise. This is just subject. It's English. Want to kill them immediately. So like that, in the person. So, like wishing jewel, my wishing jewel, full all my wishes for happiness. So deities, you see, they have deities who grant all the realization. So you got very precious, so. They come from this sentiment. They come from this sentiment. So that's precious, this sentiment. So look at them, it's like deity. Look at them how precious, like deity, giving you all the realization, this sentiments. Then it's by looking at it in that way. Cherishing. That is great holy being Katambas. Numbers means the black refuge, how they lived their life is Nandala, holy action of the great holy being Katamba. Every single word, even now or one word, even this in the garbage whatever, they see as practice, they see as instruction of Buddha. So she saw that. Also now The other day, I want to say this. Other day I went to monk Yeshe Tsondro, and he runs many young people who import drug. Then he helped them to stop drug, and then they could not find job. Even they able to stop drug, well, so difficult to find job. So he helped many people, urgencies yet. Then many old people. It's old person, and so that one I met, I gave 1,000 of generously life size, big one, to them to prostration. I went there with the monks, consecrated the statue, and after they feel by the monks. So I gave short time how to do. Maybe I'm so somebody give a short talk or later already. So about the boat put to station, you can buy boat which is outside to the ground. So I didn't get to ask. I was going to ask whether they need more boat for all those old people to prostration. So then first when I met the young children's groups without parents, who don't have parents, they're very obedient. And the other day also I went life-size Buddha. After feel the monks then painted. Then I went there to do consecration, not with the monks, but the monks. And then the consecration. So then, since he started this didn't get to day to thank celebration. So then up to now, so then I thank all the people doing service, voluntary, all this work. So many people offer service, so to thank them. So the other day, so the children, so I gave them a cultural alternation, Buddha and praise Buddha Kapsamba, and I wanted them to memorize and do procession, Mirza Mantra, do procession, and so much recite praising Buddha, you see, so that they create cause to quit themselves to become enlightened, to receive all the quality of what Buddha has, what they praised, so that Buddha, they create the cause to have this same quality for them to have. So Gidulung that, and then there were many children, but they're very obedient looking. Very nice, and so I did that. So they did to thank to everybody. They did also kind of different the Tibetan of their dance or things like that. To thank, to show appreciation or something. So anyway. So what I want to tell you is this: many people during the COVID so totally dedicated and taking the body out, burning, nobody to one touch. So they offered a completely service, the monk, and there are many volunteers. But many people, they never got COVID now. Oh, that's what I want you to understand. They run, touch body and burn, and they do all the service, they offer service. So then there's a mother, then there's not mother, sorry, then there's one relative, relative, so died by COVID, and then nobody wanted to drink. So the Geshe-la, the monk, and his helpers came to bring the body at the cemetery, and while the body is burning, then they did prayer, king of prayer. They sat down at the king of prayer. It's very good. So many people there didn't get COVID up to now at all. So you have to know that. It's the power of the good heart. What is the power of the good heart? I want you to know that. Even the Queen of England got COVID. You understand? They try everything. Queen of England. You understand? if you could covet. And sits spreads in the water, you got 2 types of covet. You understand? If you went to Mount Everest in the caves, if you hide, if you could, you have karma, good covet, karma to experience. Now you'll covet if you go inside the Mount Everest. You understand? Sorry, this is I wanted to say. You have to know why they didn't get covet. Even though they really stirred the body, carried all so much, why they didn't covet? You see? You have to know why. That's a very good study. So power of the mind, power of the good heart. Okay. Then the Katswari. To free the king, to free the numberless livings. Or numberless helping, numberless numbers, enlightenment by himself. They were much to enlightenment. I don't know what the see there's Joe not here to bring the I mean, just information. I couldn't find them. There was in my room there was many ants, and sorry to say this, but they came to eat something between my fingers. I think they enjoyed something, I don't know, between my toes. So I tried to think something, but I could not find out. Remember by heart exactly. So I wanted to inform. So during that time, what I was thinking, mainly basically to think of the kindness and to benefit within to not harm. But you see, one thing they're quite bit. So it's a very good opportunity to put him to, have many to take them around the holy object, on top of their relics. But so take them around, purify the karma departments and for them to achieve enlightenment. But then, of course, it disturbs for the eating this corner between the small toes, and there's something to enjoy there. So then, if I do that, they won't get that. But it's opportunity. There are more, so you can get around, but then they can't get enjoy that. So I didn't get to all to get them around. So just to read or do what I thought during that time. So so it doesn't matter. So get at now room. So I want to say this. So there's a few words on the emptiness continued, but I'll do another time. Try just for the room because it's quite big. It will take time. So please write down this in your diary book. Chima devatona tanda tuksenche. So it's advised reading outside. One of the things is Tibetan English. So Patama Sangje, it happened really about time. Patama Sangje, Tingri, Tibet, he came from India, lived there, I don't know how long many years. Then he left here. So he gave 100 advice. 100 advice. Tingri people left. So I go to the old transmission from Chapter Kunalama. Rinpoche, great Bodhisattva, that he soon has received extensive commentary on Bodhisattva at Bodhgaya. So he said this, Patama Sangye. So, Cheman Devatuna, Tanda Suksense, if you desire happiness in the future, if you want happiness, in the future lives, you see, if you want happiness, similar is not one life. You never think of that. Lives, so until you are in samsara, until you are free from samsara. Then after that, no question. Yeah, until you are samsara, all the time in happiness. If you, this is just few years, maybe a few months, maybe a few weeks, maybe a few days, maybe a few hours, maybe a few minutes, it's life, nothing. So, Chima means later, or not wrong, but later life, into your samsara, happy, if you want happiness, not suffering, or happiness, okay? Chima Devatuna. If you desire happiness, then now you bear the hardships, you bear the suffering now. That is to practice Dharma. That is not a worldly activity, not a worldly activity, kind of to achieve power, reputation, happiness is like, no, not worldly activity, not to create the karma, to be larger, not for that, not be a hardship for that. Like people climbing Mount Everest, you see, so just to get power, reputation, happiness is life. So even you can't say 100% can come back alive to home. There's so many hardships. They have to bear, but they can bear. But you see, the jump, that is jump with the close eye, climb mountains, but the hundreds of people, wow, line to. Oh, you see, so you see they made hardships, not for Dharma. You see, for next karma, to be born in the lower realm. In the reality, to be born in the lower realm, then there be so much hardships. That example, like that, so many in the life, they cause life danger, but they do it. You know, what causes what the karma causes? Just to be samsara, to be particular lower realm for eons. That's all, nothing else. But they can bear hardships for that. And I told you hardships, how the poor people in the village, on the field, all this, so much hardships. And I told the Sorghum people in the West, so much hardships, you know. But you see, what the karma, what the work does, nothing. You know? So the worry problem. Even they get $1 million every day, but this dissatisfaction grows, increases. Unbelievable depression, unbelievable unhappiness. Also, so this is for Dharma. If you desire happiness in future lives, then now bear hardships to practice Dharma. Like Yungnet, like example, like Yungnet, that's just one day. But bear hardships to practice Dharma. Understand? You don't get caught, feeling hungry, feeling tiredness, That's just very small things, you see. Much continue to practice Dharma. Their life. Like people, how much they sacrifice their life doing negative things. You know, even happiness, but this natural suffering, just nothing, you see. And then someone just sermon so long they have to suffer in the Lord. So Yeshe Tsondro to think about. So he was explaining to think about. If you bear hardships, so Dharma, then Buddhahood is in your hand, you know. Buddhahood is next to you. Buddhahood, enlightenment is next to you. Sangye Tsondro is the Dharma, so giving advice. You understand? If you can be hardships to practice Dharma. So there is nobody, enlightened beings, no holy beings, nobody achieving enlightenment by eating just only delicious food, $1 million, $1 billion, $1,000 cost food, or only in the celestial mansion, made of diamond or gold, or even the water pipes are the toilet, everything is gold, everything in Kaka is gold, but anyway, so to practice Dharma, you see. So not always looking for what you want, the happiness is what wants always, So then you come to complete Dharma practice, you come to practice Dharma. So if you bear ships to practice Dharma, the enlightenment is in your hand. Buddhahood is in your hand. You see, the next Sangye Tsondro is the thing is next to you. It is there next to you, not far. Oh, there's another advice. Shebitu na katu nyamlenji. Shebitu na katu nyamlenji. Gene junga mission teniwa. So while you are young, with practice Dharma with the hardship. While you are young, then you have to practice Dharma with the hardship. When you become old, then you cannot do practice. You cannot do practice Dharma. So cannot do many can't see, can't hear well, and much forgetfulness, and much sickness, and much pain, and you can't do procession, and many problems when you become old, disease, and so can't do practice. Well, what you should do, can't do. So it's all the problems. So therefore, while you are young, be hardships to practice Dharma. Oh, that's great advice. So, if you don't do that, young time distraction, duzi is a Tibetan word, distraction by the attachment, happiness. Like my brothers, I want to become more old, then I recite, not now. So my relative said, Pemba is not. So that's, then you say, young time, you have time to practice, to learn, to practice, you had opportunity, but you didn't do. Distraction, attachment, you spend your life with attachment, with hallucination, subject, all that, you see, young time. So, sleeping, all that, then, the distraction. You see, then all time you remember Dharma, all time, then you see all the young life you wasted. Then now I must practice Dharma, but you can't sit, or you can't do practice, you can't forget, you can't listen, can't see, so one problem. So again, joy me to so give it advice to someone, okay? Sorry, what's that now? Break time or not? What? 3:40, okay. All right. Pizza? So this is Raja's book. Essence of Nectar. This function run by the Yeshe in New York. Yeshe in New York. Yeshe in New York, there. What's the name? Yeshe, yeah. So this is signed by the Lama who began this Gongbo Tsondro Kacha. I don't remember the whole thing. Whole name Gongbo Tsondro something. So it's past life. So the incarnation of this, I received this thing many years ago from chapter 2nd century, Dharamsala, I think. So this signature is done by the. I made the signature. I told you, he became Yeshe. Then he came to ask me to help, but then downstairs the people didn't turn up to see me, so he couldn't see me. So a few years ago in Sarah, the Lama came to see me. So incarnation of this Lama, incarnation of this past Lama who wrote this beginning. Then not finished, so it's complete by Papanga, I think. So this signature is done by the incarnation. This signature is done by the incarnation of the Lama who wrote this. This is incarnation. So he invited me to Tibet. His monastery, his monastery, he invited me to Tibet. So his name is Semre Kongpo, Chap Nakchin, Semre Kongpo, Chamnak, Techin Ling Truku, it's nature. Raja asked and said, when he came to see me, he was there to receive teaching but didn't recognize. I didn't recognize, only at the end when he came to see me, then I recognized. So here if you do this room, then you get complete lamrim. So a Kopan course, you get explanation of certain parts. Certain parts, but not all. Well, I think John led the Liberation Farm and the complete book he went through it. Then, of course, normally that is what is done. Many of the courses was done by the guide who guided the meditation, was read the whole lamrim, the Liberation Farm in the end. So, but that's not done many courses. Just only some. It was done this way some years ago. Some courses like that. So. It was but what teaching one is some part, doesn't cover the whole text. Okay, so I've told that I don't have to tell the story because when I did the two lung, so I told the story how the imprint does, how the imprint is listening. As far as the Buddha's teaching, then if you don't understand at all, just hearing the voice sound, then it becomes great purification, purifying negative karma, development of the body, of the mind, and then collects the emperor merit. So that's why the pigeon heard the sound, but then but because of that, he was born as a human being. He died, he was born as a human being way down there in the village. So the Loten, then he asked the child to give it to him. They gave him, then he brought up, he became monk, Loten, then he became an expert in the Abhidhamma. He wrote 2 commentaries, two commentaries or 4 commentaries or something, became expert. And then, but Madhyamika didn't hear much so, had some difficulties to learn mathematics. Oh, like that. So just hearing, if you don't understand, hearing the voice, the words. So very important to pay attention, to not distract your mind in the beach or I don't know, all over Tibet. So you don't allow your mind to wander. Oh, pay attention on this as much as you can. Oh, that's very important. So don't miss. Otherwise you miss. Even physically you're there, but your mind is all over goes the world and home, your home, all that you see. And then you don't hear. Then even you don't hear. So like that. So there is when you understand everything what it says, then that's for you become more than room commentary. Then rough, probably I don't remember rough understanding, meanings, rough understanding. You hear but understand rough. There may be middle lung, middle this middle lung. And the last lung is you don't understand, but you hear all the words but do not understand. That's the last lung. Oh, okay. So very, very important in our life. I want to emphasize this. To be careful what imprint you put in the mind. That's one very important to pay attention. So you see, you spend much of your life reading. What's the book? What? Many people read in the airplanes. People go to bed. What's called there? Novice or novel, yeah. So this story makeup. Somebody make up to make money. Story makeup. So then you get attached to the story. Then you see. So the negative imprint. So much negative. So war. If you read so much war, so much negative imprint. You take one side. Or you take the one side, then kill the other one. But if not important, but you take mental side. Great much negative. So you see, depending on what you look, movie or TV or iPad, depending on what you look, that make a negative imprint. Plant so much negative imprint. Be like painting, taking picture, negative imprint so much. Then so many lives in 100,000 million lives. Then the result of the negative imprint comes out. The result of the negative imprint comes out, manifests in the life. So then you see, you cheat yourself, you cause suffering to yourself in samsara from life to life. For it was like that. So be careful, always leave it positive imprint, not negative imprint. It harms you life to life for a very long time. So then also makes it difficult to, even you come to listen to Dharma, but you reject. But you dislike Dharma. But if you hear wrong path, wrong religion, wrong path, then you are happy. You are happy to practice, to learn, to teach others. But if something right, then you are not happy. You see, there also that you have to know. So negative imprint is like that effect. Very careful with the imprint. What imprint you put in the mind. what synergy look. With positive imprint, it's okay. Negative imprint, then harms the life to life. Something like that is manifested. So it's okay. Be very careful in the you take care of your mind. So the imprint is always try to a positive imprint. Always positive imprint, not negative imprint. Very, very important. So there's of course before you don't accept, but now you see since you met Dharma, you have so much opportunity. You see the Dharma, so many Dharma books, especially by permission as Lama. All those Dharma books gives very deep, clear explanation. Permission. So this. So even when you're flying, when you're flying to one country, another country, in the room, not spend the whole life in teaching noble books. Even it's true, but that means anything matter is something. So anyway, this life with attachment. Anger, also like that, you see? All attachment with hallucination. So, if you read, instead of that, please, nada is inspiration of life, not depression. Another way to not get depression, depress your life. So, in other words, to not read Milarepa's life story, read Lama Tsongkhapa life story, read many Lamas who were enlightened, who practice Dharma, who overcome delusion. So many of their life, incredible how they practice Dharma, how they become free from delusion. Where in delusions, but they become free from delusion. They were this people, but they become free from delusion. How they practice Dharma. So read much of it, rather spend our whole life precious in life. Now you understand. So spending to read noble books, and this is no sense, no meaning, all the negative karma, all the negative imprint on the mind. So you're using your life like this disaster to clean the dirty things, toilet or the table or dust. You use your life duster, all like that, you see. So very important to read it's a novel. You read the Milarepa life story. Milarepa, so important relate to Guru. So important then you know how to practice to follow the Guru. There's so many other, nowadays in English, there's so many great lamas, great enlightened beings, great yogis. Must read those, buy those, spend life reading this. So good, but inspire you. It inspires you. It brings courage to you. Not hopeless, no depression, but it like lotus opening. Your mind become like must read the lamrim, the Dharma book, Buddha Dharma book, the Lamas, those great yogis, enlightenment life story. You spend more time in that than reading noble books. There's nothing, no essence, at the time of death is only negative karma, attachment, anger, it doesn't happen to this. It makes you out of death very fearful, very afraid. You see, and then after death, then about if there's more negative karma stronger, then Lord realm. So that's difficult. Then the good karma is so very difficult to create. Even create so weak, not powerful, not dedicated, not whatever. So so therefore you must take care of your life, must take care of your mind. I don't think is you're taking this room for the benefit of every sentient. You're taking this room for the benefit of every sentient, okay? So, to receive realization of the whole path, what is mentioned here in your heart, and then also each word you listen, benefit to numberless sentiments. Benefit to numberless sentiments. You see, and as they hear each word of this sentiment, able to achieve realization immediately in their heart, especially bodhicitta. Actually, bodhicitta immediately their heart, the free from lower realm, and achieving enlightenment is quite possible. So dedicate, please dedicate it like that. So useful for every sentence being you are listening to room. Okay, thank you very much. And then to specify war, famine, disease in the country, to torture, all these things, and then specify immediately all the dangers of earth, water, fire, wind, all those problems in the world to be specified immediately. So you are taking room of each word to benefit of that, okay? So benefit for the Russia and Ukraine fighting, the killing of the people, each other. So to be specified immediately, as possible. So that's preliminary practice. The essence of nectar, the supreme Dharma, the way to practice profound instruction on the stages of the Bodhi path, as set forth in verse, is herein constrained. I make obeisance and go for refuge to the illusory, peerless spiritual masters, my root guru together with the lineage gurus, each being the combination of all victorious ones of the three times. May I be cared for by them without interruption in this and all my successive lives. Herein, by means of words, I will briefly explain the way for fortunate disciples to practice the profound instructions on the stages of the Bodhi path. The stage of going for refuge. Before me, amid an ocean-like cloud of marvelous offerings, atop a majestic jeweled throne supported by the 8 snow lions, on disk of the lotus, the sun and the full moon, the conqueror, Lord of sages. Indistinguishable from my root guru, a master teacher of the unerring path. Sentence not finished. The conqueror, Lord of sages, indistinguishable from my root guru, a master teacher of unerring path, sits radiantly in the center of a network of light rays. With grandeur like the summit of golden Mount Meru, he wears them 3 7 robes of a monk, and clothes with the magnificent marks of perfection. His right hand presses the earth. His left hand, placed in the gesture of meditation, holds an alms bowl filled with nectars. His form is an embodiment of majestic splendor, upon which I can ever get enough. Just as the multitude of stars surround the moon, so all the spiritual masters of the 3 lineage encircling this supreme, fearless teacher. Around this direct lineage gurus is the assembly of tantric deities, Buddhas of the 10 directions, the spiritual sons. H-E-A-R Haganets, solitary virtues, celestials, and Dharma protectors on elegant tables to the right and the left of each individual are arranged the volumes of authoritative teachings which have come from each one. The syllable of the works emit their own melodious sounds of Dharma. From the bodily part of every object of refuge, luminous beams radiate in 10 directions, and from the end of each of these rays, countless emanations go forth and ripen sentiments. Looking upon me with compassion, my real Guru says, "Fortunate one, if you wish to fall liberating from the suffering of the cyclic existence, I shall guide you." His smiling countenance comfort and delight me. Surrounding me are all sufferings, including my parents, delirious with the sufferings of the 6 types of the beings. Looking here and there, searching for refuge, they weep and cry out pathetically. Alas, from beginningless time, and then now, I wandered through the 6 realms, always tormented by numerous suffering. Never have I found a moment for freedom. Never have I found a moment free of them. Now I have a rare opportunity, a life with leisure and endowment, as well as acquaintance with the supreme teachings of a master teacher. But it is so difficult to dispel the mental affliction to which I have been subject from beginner's time that I despair of reaching a state of preliminaries, state of permanent safety. There is no assurance that death will not come today, nor can I choose my next place of rebirth. If I fall into the abyss of the unfortunate realm, will that suffering be bearable for even an instant? Though once in a great while I obtain high rebirth as a god or a man, still I am continually oppressed by innumerable sufferings, including birth, sickness, aging, and death. And since I shall again fall into the unfortunate realms, whose security is there in higher rebirth, I have obtained a life of leisure and endowment. I am cared for by a supreme spiritual guide who teaches the path and know both the benefits of transcendence and the faults of cyclic existence. At this time, I must quickly free myself from dreadful cyclic existence. To free myself alone is insufficient, however, because each and every sentient being who wander through cyclic existence has previously been my parent. I must therefore free them from cyclic existence as well. There is no protection or refuge other than the three jewels which can liberate me and every being from the vast oceans of limitless cyclic existence. Therefore, I and all sentient beings, equal in number to the extent of stress, for however long it takes until our attainment to Buddha. Go for refuge to the direct and lineage gurus. Go for refuge to the master teachers, the Buddhists. Go for refuge to the Supreme Buddha, Supreme Dharma, their teachings and realization. Go for refuge to the exalted assembly, the Sangha. Recite these words 3 or 7 or numerous times. When we take refuge in this way, the object of refuge are pleased and form their bodies flows a stream of ambrosia, which completely eliminates from myself and every sentient being the non-virtues, obstruction, sickness, evil spirits, and other conditions unfavorable to life. In particular, it cleans all our erroneous conduct regarding the virtues, our lifespan, collections of marriage, equity, teaching the realization and the virtuous qualities gradually in Johnson. I and all other sentient beings come under the protection of the three jewels. Generation of the body mind. I am bound by the prison of cyclic existence, by the chains of my deeds and mental afflictions. Just as I am tormented, so are the all miserable sentient beings, who again and again have been my mother and nurtured me with kindness. The responsibility to liberate these beings has fallen on me. But at a time like this, when there is little or no way of knowing where I myself shall go after death, I have no hope of liberating others. Even the moment of the true touch of arhatship is not completely beneficial for me, and is only partially beneficial for others. Therefore, in order to be ultimate benefit to myself and others, I must definitely achieve the state of virtuous ones, Buddha. If I attain the supreme state, my own incircumambulance will come up to an end, and all virtuous qualities, without exception, will be achieved. Effortlessly, I shall be able to help my mothers, the sentient beings who pervade all space. Therefore, I must quickly attain the perfect Buddhahood, and to that end, without becoming discouraged, I shall follow step by step the great practice of the Bodhisattva conduct, generosity and so forth. By the force of supreme Buddhism mind that I have generated in this way, all the gurus, virtuous ones, and spiritual sons are extremely pleased. From the body of the lotus sages, duplicate appears, which dissolves into me, purifying me of all non-virtues and obstruction. I am transformed into the body of the lotus sage, from which beams of the light radiate in 10 directions, cleaning impure places, and the inhabitants of value and the inhabitants of faults, so that they become truly pure. Then the four immeasurables. Even though all sentient beings have been born countless times, each other present, without knowing that they accumulated bad deeds through attachment and hatred. Thus, they experience only suffering. How wonderful it would be if separated from the attachment and hatred, they would now able to be how wonderful it would be if separated from the attachment and the hatred, they would now abide in a state of equanimity. May they abide in equanimity. I must bring this about. Please bestow inspiring strength, so that I may be able to do this. Even though all suffering brings which only who continues happiness, not knowing that the cause of happiness is a virtue. Even when knowing this, being under the practice of virtue, they lack happiness. How wonderful it would be if they were how to possess happiness and the cause of happiness. May they possess happiness and its cause. I must bring this about. Please bestow inspiring strength, so that I may be able to do this. One though all ancient beings never wish for any suffering, because of the extreme ignorance which reverses what should be adopted and what should be renounced. They always practice in erroneous non-virtuosities. Thus they are tormented by suffering. How wonderful it would be if they were now separated from suffering and the cause of the suffering. May they be separated from the suffering and the cause. I must bring this about. Please bestow me, please bestow inspiring strength, so that I may be able to run through this. Oh, after all the sentient beings have become separated from the suffering and cause of the cycle exists, and the particular of the unfortunate rebirth, how wonderful it would be if gradually they could attain the bliss of high rebirth and definite goodness, never to be separated from the opponent, from the supreme uncontaminated bliss. May they I must bring this about. Please bestow inspiring strength, so that I may be able to do this. The spiritual development of the body mind, in order to liberate all beings equally in the number to the extent of space, I must quickly attain Buddhahood. To this end I shall practice. To the profound institution is I read this again. In order to liberate all beings equal in number to extent of space, I must quickly attain Buddhahood. To this end, I shall practice the profound instruction on the stages of the body path. Visualization of the field by the accumulation of merit in order easy ever. This fact, it has been stated that it is insufficient to merely recall this I read it over. In order to easily integrate this practice, it has been stated that it is sufficient to merely recall at this point the object of refuge which were previously not yet dissolved. It has been stated that at this time you should invoke the object of refuge, and offer oblation to them in this following way. Invoking the refuge and offering ablution. All you assemble direct and the lineage gurus, tantric judges, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, hikers, exalted virtues together. Bodhisattvas Haganese, soldier, virtuous. Here is celestial and Dharma potato who dwell in purium, pervading space and God every none of you, one of the compassion, please give me your attention. Ragindi. How can us slaughter virtuous here is celestial and Dharma protectors who dwell in the very pure realm pervading space. And every one of you, out of compassion, please give me your attention. I'm countless eons, ye have not forgotten. Who dwell in pure realm, pervading space, each and every one of you, out of compassion, please give me your attention. In the countless eons, ye have not forgotten your vows to develop the Supreme Buddhist mind for our benefit. Like the land of the birds, bread appears from the heavens by the force of supernormal manifestation. I read this again. For countless eons, ye have not forgotten your vows to develop the Supreme Body Mind for our benefit. Like the Lord of birds appearing breath from the heavens by the force of supernormal manifestation. Out of compassion, please come here. Thus the invocation is made. It is fragrantly accepted both in a fragrantly scented bath chambered with a highly shining flower of crystal, visible pillars of glittering jewels. And a canopy of glowing fields. I offer oblation to the object. I read this again. In a fragrantly scented bed, chambered with a bravely shining flower of crystal, beautiful fields of glittering jewel, and a canopy of glowing pearls. Then I heard offers oblation to the object of refuge, which is pure, a canopy of glowing pearls. I offer oblation to the object of state with pure divine water, just as the gold offered oblation to Buddha Dharma. The Buddha Shantimuni Buddha at the ultimate birth. Although the perfect, the body and speech mind of the virtuous one, although the perfect body, speech and the mind of the virtuous ones are not subject to any mental evolution, in order which and mind of these virtuous ones are not subject to mental affliction. In order to wash away the implement from the body, spirit, mind, all sentiments, I offer this water to Purna Guru, to the virtuous one. In order to wash away from the defilement from the body, spirit, mind of all the sentiments, I offer this water for ablution to the virtuous one. May the body and spiritual mind of sentient being thereby be cleansed. Using the memory of jeweled urns overflowing with the pleasantly, I offer this water for ablution to the virtuous ones. May the body's spiritual mind always sentient. May the body, spiritual mind of extreme beings, as sentient beings, thereby be cleansed. Using numerous jeweled urns overflowing with the pleasantly scented water. The music of many musicians playing offer ablution to the ones gone to death and all the spiritual sun. This excellent water, more glorious, is the unsurpassable water of the great cultivation. It is the inspiring water of wisdom. Please grant the wisdom. Please grant the accomplishment of my wishes. In order to purify my mind, I offer you clothing which one is bright and beautiful and using numbers. I read that. Using numerous jeweled urns overflowing with the pleasantly scented water, the music of many musicians playing. I offer ablution to ones gone thus and all days filled the sun. This excellent water, most glorious, is the unsurpassable water of great compassion. It is the inspiring water of wisdom. Please grant the accomplishment of my wishes. Now I try the body of this object of refuge, with an incomparable towels, immaculately clean and infused with the fragrant paper. Hum Tramshi Kaya Ogi Kaya Vishko Vicho Dana Yasoha. In order to purify my mind, I offer exquisite clothes which are as bright and beautiful as the variegated rainbow, and when touched, they are the causes of bliss. Thus may I be adorned with the clothing of the enduring patience, because they possess natural absorbent, the major and the minor minds of the person. I cannot adorn the victorious ones. Further, even so, by my offering fine. jeweled ornaments to them. May all sentient beings attain bodies bearing the marks of birth. So now precisely.
Oma aho, Lama Sangye Lama Cherishing Lama Gedente Kungi Chepo Lama Ye Lama Nala Chebabu.
다소고 제테라든 주주 군조스든 네미 군조스 뭐지도 쳐봐다
군조스 기치
젤라주와쇼 I think we should have a break. After some, then it will go out. Otherwise, I'm going to fall asleep, and then I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. If the English is done correctly, then it's okay to lung in the English or other language. Once you receive the lung, origin from Tibetan Tibetan text, so you can do other language. Whoever is done with correctly translated. Sometimes difficult to have correct translation, so then it's better to train in Tibetan, so you receive it correctly, correct teaching. So I thought that if I did Tibetan, of course, very fast, but but because you can hear something, if it's on the cloth, if it is on the cloth, yeah, then you know what I'm saying. Even though I read wrong way, in the Tibetan it's there's somebody sent a letter to in Tibet Monastery from Kam or something, wherever, it's saying that Ngan Natsame, Ngan Natsame, Tishula Karire, Ngan Natsame. I don't have seen this, Ngan Natsame. Na is I, Nata is sickness. Nata, sickness. Me is none. I don't have sicknesses. A person wrote from Kam or from Brepa, but the person who read the letter read na, I'm sick. Na is Nata didn't read complete together. Na means I'm sick. Tam means I have no salt. So, where how you if you don't know, then it's complicated to see. Nga na tame, So I'm sick, but I'm sick in no salt. So, the person who read Lhasa of monastery got wrong the red in their way. So by breaking the nata, na tame. So I'm sure I must read many times like that. So I think once you're there, then you know what I'm saying. I offer soundings of robe. Hungry, hung, with the with the flattering banners and canopy of concentration, bright with the liminences of courage, necessities which are suitable, useful, and excellent. May all beings attain purity. Please, O Kungara, out of compassion for myself and all omniscient beings, all sentient. And all sentient beings. And by the force of your Subhanama power, remain here while I make this offering. Thus the ceremony of ablution is performed. Similar. The way to practice the 7 limbs which comprise the main points of collecting merit and purification, and obstruction follows. The 7-limbed practice, I make obeisance to the Guru, Lord of Sage, who is in this world, the manifestation of the true secret and who says, during times of the strife, I shall guide all beings who have not been tamed by the many previous Buddhas. I make obeisance to the direct lineage gurus who by their consummately skillful means of instruction on the watch, profound sutras and tantras led me from the immensity of misery, the ocean of cyclic existence, in which I am drawing to the stairways of the 3 precious bodies. I make obeisance to the assembly deities of the 4 classes of Tantra, who grant in an instant the states of unification, which is difficult to attain even if one strenuously practices for many eons. I make obeisance to all the Buddhas, the master teachers who, by the force of the acquaintance of 4 countless eons with the 2 accumulations, have eliminated all the faults and achieved every virtuous qualities, and who act on behalf of the sentient beings simultaneously and continuously. I make obeisance to the Supreme Dharma, the teachings and realizations which, if relied upon, purifies every fault and fully gives all excellence of the higher rebirth and definite goodness. I make the absence to the supreme spiritual eons of I make the absence to the supreme spiritual sons of the victorious ones who never consider their own happiness even in their dreams. With great courage, disinterest in their own bodies and lives, they always strive for the happiness of others. I make the obeisance to the exalted ones and who are Hercules and the sultry victorious, having seen all the realms of cyclic existence as a fiery pit. They relied upon the vehicle of the three remit trains. Thus they set out for and reached the city of liberation. I made the obstacle to the hearers and celestials in the 24 supreme secret places, who out of loving concern of all that concern at all times for practitioners emanate in manifestations like those depicted in religious Dharma. I met absence to the Dharma protectors who have vowed to smash into dust the host of evil spirits, to satisfy every wish of those who properly practice the seven Dharma. In brief, the visual breaks. Manifestation of my body equal in number to the planets and pure realms, charting in oceans of praise to the virtuous qualities of the object of refuge, which indestructible faith, and great respect, I make the obscenence to all those who are worthy of veneration. Joyfully, without reluctance or attachment, I offer all of this in order to please the object refuge. Elegant. I don't know what Dutch. The elegant, capacious vessels made of precious materials, filled with the liberation and the ambrosia of immortality. The cool, speeding fat pools of water, possessing 8 qualities, offered for bathing. The feet, each pool located along the banks of lake, adorned, banks of lake, adorned with the delightful lotus, fields covered with many lovely flowers, such as the water lily, moonflower, and the lotus. The air filled with the clouds of fragrant incense made from fine medicinal ingredients. The bright, attractive glows of candle and lamps, as well as the light from jewels, the sun and the moon, gently indulating waves of cool, performed water refuge with the camber and the sandal, a banquet of the invigorated invigorating food of God men enhanced with the hundreds of colors, tastes and aromas. The varied music of strings and woodwind, cymbals and drums resonating through the three levels of earth, exquisite forms, super smells, taste and pleasing sound, and infinite variety of alluring tactile sensations. The even supreme treasure of the ruler of man, natural information of the age, auspicious science, converting the ground, verdant forest, enchanting flowers, lakes, oceans, and so forth, whatever offering there are, without honor as well as all the possessions, and the physical forms of myself and others. Whatever accumulation of virtue I have gathered from having heard, contemplated, and meditated upon the oceans of all in instruction that explains Buddhist teachings of Yeshe Tsondro. What do you think of that? You see the English, I read the Tibetan. Huh? What? you can read the English, but make sure you hear the sound. Otherwise, you are not receiving lung. If your mind, what happens lung? Because I've taken so much lung, so if you read the text, the mind gets absorbed in the text, then you don't hear the sound. Then you break the lung, receiving all transmission. So many people read the text, but then it has that problem. Your mind gets absorbed in that, you don't hear the sound. But you can do both, but then sometimes they think very strongly the meaning of the verses, and then the sound, hearing sound doesn't happen. So then you break the lung. So it is the problem, but that's just for myself. So maybe I don't. There isn't much. This much. This is not. This is just extra clear. So this much, and there isn't. If I read the Tibetan, then you read English, but you keep on hearing the voice. But you make sure you keep the sound of meditating. But because English, so that you know what it's saying. Well, the reason why I read English, so that you know what it's saying. That's the main thing too. But it sounds like taking time, so if you read Tibetan, you read English, what are you thinking? Oh, Or should I continue like this? Huh? Huh? No. Yeah, continue, yes, but I did Tibetan and you did English. Huh? See, you all read English. You all read English. So what should I do? Huh? So what should I do? Huh? What? Today? Huh? So read Tibetan? Okay. So, but I don't have the text. I don't have the text. So anyway, but I want to tell you, I missed it during the Symbolism. When I introduced to you in the puja, I missed out one. So I wasn't sure whether I finished all. Wasn't sure. So since I left out the rejoicing in the Symbolism, so Symbolism is the antidote to jealousness. Rejoicing is an incredible practice. It always keeps your mind in the happy state. It always keeps your mind in the happy state. And in the Western way, psychologically, it's very good to keep your mind always happy state. Happy state. Because I put it rejoicing in the universal education, the first of all 7 outlines. Before the 16 human Dharma, 10 divine Dharma, 16 human Dharma. Now I have changed the title because the 10 divine Dharma is a kind of hard. The title is hard. So I changed it both by thinking the meaning. So it's not look funny, it will strange. So when the King Songden Gampo, when he became king for Tibet, and he made a regulation, his law was public, whole Tibet to follow the 10 divine Dharma, with the 15 human Dharma and 10 divine Dharma. So he made law for all the people, public law. And during Tsondro Gampo's time, Tsondro Gampo's embodiment of Cherishing. So like that. You might get surprised. You might get surprised how they make rules, regulations. So you see, two young men, 2 boys or 2 young men came. Two young men came. I think maybe 2 monks. Maybe 2 monks came to receive teachings from Dharma King Tsondro Gampo. I think they came from very far, from Kham or something there. And then when they came in Tibet, they saw on the land huge piles of human head. Huge piles of human head. The story the king killed all those who did who broke the legal who did negative things, criminal, yeah. So the king piled up all the people he killed. The heads piled up, huge heaps of the heads. So then these two young monks got complete heresy to Tsondro, complete heresy. And then they didn't get to take teaching as a guru, by regarding guru. If they took teachings by regarding guru, they could have enlightened in their life. They have karma to be enlightened in this life. But because of this seeing big parts of head, human head, killed the criminals. So they got incredible heresy to the embodiment generation of Gambo. So then the king gave sack of sand, looking sand, bag of sand, present. And then when they arrived, it began with sand, but when they arrived back to home, it's all gold. As well as this. So the huge heaps of the human head is not criminal, not anybody killed. Is a transformation, is a manifestation. That's the king himself. He created like that. He manifested. He created him as a tulchawa, correct? Manifest? No. Emanated. The Dharma king is Cherishing, but you understand now. You have to know how the holy beings work for sentiment, not by killing, chopping, not like that. So he emanated. No one is killed, but he emanated. Parts of a human head. They saying the story, they did the wrong things. So the people listen. You understand? Like that. It's not that people, you did give me the chopped. Not like that. You understand? You have to know. You may be difficult for you, but they did, this is how he didn't patch. He emanated. You understand? No harm to the sentiment. That's how Cherishing, compassion eye, the compassion eye, the Buddha manifested the king. That's how he did. He guided people like that. So he laid out this 16 human Dharma and 10 divine Dharma. He laid out population, all the population to follow that. So the unbelievable made it the question, such an easy way where they live the life, all good karma, it stops so much of the things karma, you see, it's so skillful. So anyway, so I have that, I think, Lama Yeshe and the Kanye, one nun, got very interested in but Lama didn't make in the books. So many people got interested in the education, but Lama didn't make in the book. So they started Lama Tsongkhapa Institute, or they did, she did something, I don't know, something to the Tsondro, or they gathered some children or something. Long time ago, then one time in America, there was a big gathering by Hindu Swami or something. Hindu Swami arranged a huge meeting. So many Swamis came, but his was invited. But Chinese they stopped. He was coming to America for this meeting. Many Swamis came. But I think I was supposed to Rinpoche Thalu, the representative of Tibet, His Holiness in New York, he asked me, he wanted me to read His Holiness message in this meeting, but when I received the message, I'm about to go to the airport to go to Mongolia from the teacher Yeshe Tsondro, which is Deer Park. I'm just about to go to the airport, so I got the message. So what happened was His Holiness message was read by my guru, Rinpoche, Rinpoche read. Then the Indian lady criticized so much to Chinese, they blocking His Holiness to come. Then I thought, everybody cannot become a Hindu, everybody cannot become Muslim, everybody cannot become Buddhist. No. But what you need to, like His Holiness says, you say, the secular life without religion. How to say?
Universal.
Secular life without religion. But it means for peace, not secular, which is just harming others. No. That. Secular means peace, but without using reincarnation, all that religious things. Oh, yeah, you have to understand. Secular means basically means no harm to other sentient being, not all people, any sentient being. So that's the basic thing, you have to know that, and giving peace, happiness to others. So anyway, so I thought, you see, people need to learn loving kindness, compassion, patience, all this. You see, anyway, this letter I elaborate, but with His Holiness and the patience, tolerance, and of course contentment, because of the contentment and the ethical action. Ethical actions. Contentment, life, living life with satisfaction, contentment, and ethical life. So then, things like that. See, so need that, must need that. You see, not, incarnation, all that. But you see, so as I said, so you need to practice the patience. If the wife practices patience, if the husband, even both didn't practice patience, even one practices patience in the life, then there will be much happiness in their both of the life. Even the other person didn't practice patience at the beginning. So there will be so much happiness. The relationship lasts longer. Not change. Today another relationship, tomorrow another relationship, or this way, then the next change your husband, wife, the next new one, this year, next year, a lot of that. 100 times, billion times you change in the, not like that. So definitely need practice patience. Even you don't believe reincarnation, come up with Dharma Sangha. So they must have to practice the patience. Must have to. If you want happiness, you don't want suffering. They must practice if you want peace in the family. So then later, because you all practice good heart, then the other person will learn from you. Gradually, he will pick up from you. So like that, you see. Then both people live in practice. But happiness in the family. Wow. Then children will learn from the parents. So much children. First of all, the children, in the school there's no missing, huge thing missing. The how to live life in happily, how to bring peace, happiness, how to bring the world to peace, happiness, how to yourself to live peace, happiness, and bring the world, family, bring peace, happiness. So that's missing. How to practice the compassion, how to practice the patience, how to practice the contentment. Very important, so important. Or in the West is taught how to develop desire, to develop the self-taste, or to advertise everything, advertise, I'm the best, I'm the best, so advertise everything, you see. Your attachment with the desire, or something like that. So the contentment, in the practice contentment, then the ethical life, those, you see, so then you will be able to follow the rules, legal thing. So follow the rules, so you see, at least you escape from prison. Even you don't accept karma, but you see, so you don't be in prison. so by stealing, by this is just what is life. After that you go to prison. So anyway, all these things. So just using an example of patience like that. So needed, unbelievable need. It's not taught in school, it's not taught in school, college, all these things. Good heart, never taught in college, school. In the university, even you learn Buddhism, but you can't learn Buddhism as practice. You learn Buddhism as a history, as the history, the Hindu, the Buddhist, they do like this. They do like this, but it's not that you should do like this. Your mind becomes like this. Not that. They do like this. They do like this. They do like this. So in that way, in the West, even in the West, you learn that they do like this. So there's no practice life. The practice it will be you see self-change, only action done with self-change. You see, you become a slave to your self-change. You become a slave to your anger, attachment, so like that. You see, that's all. So very poor. So there's no advice for life. So like this. So that's why the people. That's why they see they got a lot of education. They got a lot of education, many different languages. There's that, and they're very high degree. But we see, never they never got the food for their minds. About good heart, the basic things never taught. So they were not taught at the school, only to develop your design, all this, So the parents have no idea, doesn't know, only the only to develop delusion, only that. Parents just know, they don't practice, so only the children learn wrong things. So it's like that. When they become a minister or something, the president or something, or then motivation is totally self-change. Only to get the power for your family, for your family, for yourself, reputation, all that, but not the happiness of population. No thought of to serve people, had no thought of, and happiness. No thought. Happiness for publication. Happiness for public. No thought of that. Serve and to be servant yourself, to be servant for others, like Buddha Bodhisattvas, which fulfill. However, happiness now you want to oneself to be served to others, to be used by them, by both sentient beings. No thought of that at all. No thought of them. So there's so much suffering in the world, so much suffering the population, and then leaders after you become prime minister, so much suffering there. People not happy. You're not happy with their life. You don't help them. You only harm them. You use them. Your power, your family, use your power, reputation, all that. so much suffering. So that ends up like that, you see. So anyway, so you see, from young time, all these basic holidays, so important. They should be the main education, should be the main one, even though teaching different things, but it should be the main education in school. The main education, very important for the mind. Happiness, how to achieve happiness, many important education. So should be many things, many subjects in school. But also parents should know these things, and parents themselves should practice. So the children will pick up, they take your example. Oh, that's so good. Even if it's not taught in school, but parents practice this, parents are able to teach them, bring example. That's so good, so good, so good. Because I heard children spend more time with the parents. So important, parents. How to bring up children. So important, so important, so important. So know how to do. So important education for parents. To how to develop their life in positive way, happiness, not develop suffering life, no, a happy life. So important, parents should know, parents practice to be a good example to children. So important. So I sent a message to private students for their questions, and a long talk on that, and then also there's tomorrow there's I have to talk to I wonder what's possible in Nepal, then second all over the world. So to stop smoking cigarette and sleeping, so that's the worst thing. Not only health, even science mentioned this, but health was worst thing for health, but for environment, causes war, causes disease, famine, causes earthquake, dangers of earth, dangers of water, dangers of fire, dangers of famine, all the environment, it causes so much, so bad, the environment. So possible to protect Nepal by stopping that as much as possible. I'm not expecting nobody smokes in Nepal. I'm not thinking about it. Even one person stops, it helps so much protection for Nepal. I mean, the world. Even one person, that's great kindness, so much bring happiness. So like that. So I want made a small pendle, and so after 2 days up to Nunnery Monastery, the big combat. So then the one of the Nepalese men with the famous singer, so he's going to sing there. But people and so some Nepalese people coming. So so that is a cause that's all that is to benefit to save the world, to bring peace in the world, starting from the family, you're starting from yourself. So happiness, also Dharma, to help, to not harm, to benefit others. So this is all Dharma. So as by taking refuge in Dharma, what you should do, what should abandon is harming others. So benefit others, not harm others if you are practicing Dharma. So it becomes that. So anyway, so they explained how to live, how to make a better life, more happiness, than so much suffering. How to make better happy life, yourself and the world. How to bring a happy life. So general advice and like that. So just smoke, that's not enough. So then I elaborated. So after Nepal, then I want to do the various languages of the world, help signed by rich kid, but some of the famous people also to like that, hopefully to like that, maybe so perhaps anyway. So, so very important, so important. From a young time, children practice good heart. Let them practice good heart. But to be kind to others. So I mentioned 7 points before, basis of universal. So practice kindness day and night to others. Every sentient being to practice kindness. Then next one, patience, and to practice patience. It's angry to practice patience. Big peace, incredible peace, happiness to the world. Then next one is patient, and then career. What's that one? Okay, no, or it's contentment. Yeah, obviously, you have to learn shortcomings of desire, so you can practice contentment. So that's you see. So just examples, person with young people who is involved so much drug destroy their life, and so many people's lives. Even the government has a difficulty to build a bigger and bigger prison, prison place. They have a bigger government. So you see, so contentment is so important. Not only drugs, then it's the alcohol, and that also they made so many people destroy their life in the way, and destroy their family, fund and waste money, and fund and then quarreled in the family. Then that you see at the end they are thrown out. In New York, many places. You see, they drink so much wine and they always fight with the wife or family, so they're thrown out. They're in the street, So whatever money they get, they go alcohol, instead of food. So it's like that. Many people ask what, so it's from family thrown out, so like that. So you need to contentment, practice contentment. Practice contentment is a huge thing also for the monk. For the monk and nun, it's a huge practice, very important practice is a contentment. Satisfaction, contentment. Practice is so important, otherwise you can't be good monk nun. If you don't practice that. Yeah, then the monk nun can be very busy, but busy in the worldly lectures, which not busy in Dharma. So to fulfill your desire, also, you busy with life with that, with the semester, the ants going so busy, going up and down for the food, So anyway, satisfaction. So contentment, so important, Then the relationships, and then controlling sex, or the attachment. Then there are many other things. Individual people have different problems, and I don't know what else. So like that you see. So important practical satisfaction, contentment. So important. So those are basic practice in the daily life from young children time. You have to know that you learn, so that a person grows up with a good heart. You see, young children taught and practice, and then grow up with a good heart. Then if you are alone, mind is so happy. Even death happens to you, it doesn't bother you. So happy. So happy. Dead fathers, so happy. So that, but if you have become leader of people, 100 village, the country, as you become a higher leader, or you become servant to all the people, Lord, and they get so much happiness. You offer so much happiness and peace about their problem, whatever the problem, you walk very hard for them. With so much happiness that you make people's population so happy. You see, result like that. You say from childhood, learning good heart, then you become old, then so many people, when they become leader, you feel so much happy. Oh, so like that, and I heard also in Nepal like that. People really concerned people, so people was really happy with him. So need these basic things to parents must learn. Parents know how to bring up children. They have no idea how to bring up children. Even before making children, they should have a plan how the children know how to bring up children. So it's not easy. Then you make children. Then you stop children don't listen to you, or don't listen to audible, listen. But then they bad drugs and not all drugs, but many other things. Then they think your enemy, that you are their enemy, or then you regret, you made children, you meant for happiness, but now they become so much suffering with the life. For you, parents, they regret. What's the point today? That you see, many times it becomes life like this. So yeah, before you make children, you must know, prepare how to bring the children good life, happy lives. Also maybe happy life, but doesn't know what happiness. What is happiness? Even doesn't know what is happiness or is not happiness. Doesn't know. Maybe that's difficult. So anyway, so then forgiveness. If somebody did harm you, immediately you give forgiveness. So in America, you see, I don't think she's a Buddhist or that. So the daughter was raped by somebody and after that killed by that man. But the people asked him whether she wanted the man to prison, but mother didn't want to put the man in prison. She wanted to give forgiveness to the man who raped her daughter and killed her daughter. She wanted forgiveness. And man who was shot 6 times, and he also gave forgiveness to the person who shot. So there are many stories like that in the West. So good heart. So like that. Incredible. Because of giving so much suffering for your friends, many people, that person's the friend, or some angry and some harm each other, prison and all that. Then you see forgiveness, bring happiness to your friends, to other persons, friends, family, give forgiveness, so much happiness in there. So that's some story. So what is there was amazing stories. So anyway, this just short one. Then it's just then if you did some harm, if you did mistake with your body, action, immediately you apologize. Immediately apologize. Then again, other persons in your heart, you close to you, you are close to the other person. Immediately you apologize. If you did mistake, just immediately apologize. Do not keep no, you immediately apologize. So it gives like that you bring peace in the world. So you bring peace in the family one by one, but you bring peace in the world. So like that. Then the other one, courage. Yeah, courage. So you see, I'm hopeless. I can't do it. Never like this. It's very depressed. Like that. Courage. That you can do. So things you can do. That is very important one. Courage is it, but knowing the potential of your mind. You see, courage, so that was very, very important. Opportunity depressing yourself, making yourself nothing, useful nothing, this is not so yeah. So anyway, these are basic things. First, these 6, 7 things basic thing. Then you see there are many books of the Good Heart and the Operations and the Lama Yeshe Tsondro. Then the kind of the 16 human Dharma, because Dharma. So I changed the title. Do you remember? Usefulness of human. You remember name? What I changed the name? Oh, meditate to remember. He has to meditate for 1 hour. Sorry, even I don't remember. You have something usefulness of a human, but something people to understand, to make Western people understand, you see. So, wish fulfilling practice or something like that. 10 divine dharmas. Yeah, so I remember that title now. So something like that. So in the also orders, I changed the letter recently. Some time ago, I changed also orders. People to understand, people to accept, practice, easily. So like that. And eventually, I think 16 human Dharma, all the 16 need, not need, but most important thing says it was a need life, then set it up in that way. Okay. Okay, good idea. Thank you very much. Okay, all right. So then there's philosophy. Philosophy, you see, I checked it from this great pundits, Nagarjuna, Asanga, the Narendra pundits. They, ancient, precious, very precious Indian culture that brings much peace in their life. So what they told always. There's one very good Yeshe, Rosan Jayan. He asked him to from philosophical texts to select. So he spent 2 months, and his computer has. But I didn't get a computer. His sons were none. Has the computer, but I didn't get. So I didn't get. I know his work. Didn't get. So anyway, philosophy was like that. Ultimately to bring peace, happiness, in a much more logical way, to expand to extensive way to understand, deepest way to understand the philosophy. So there are many interactions, so like that. Like that. So the extensive what is called the school of life. So that there are 3 books I think on that. So extensive way to learn like that. So anyway, so the talk started from the 16 human Dharma for happiness. The Kasure Absanda Gambo, laid out all the population Tibetans, like that. So the talk started from that. So Kasure. Yeah, so there's so much happiness to the family, so much happiness to cause to people in the world, neighborhood and people in the country and outside the world. So much happiness for so you become very important member in the world to bring happiness to everybody. So, so that okay, then so rejoicing. So rejoicing, you see, antidote to jealousness, and then so I'm saying you that it's very important, the psychological method, in the West. So because you don't know, like basically you don't know meaning of life at all. So then depression, so many millions people suffer depression. Even you are expert in movie expert, and perhaps famous, but is the room there problem of life, relationship, whatever, some talent, then you come to society, you see, not knowing the purpose of life. And then, so I think I mentioned one before, because I tried to mention about American Army, so practicing mindfulness by the government to allow to see. So that, so, Kasure, so I kind of forgot what I could say. What did you say? Yeah, so rejoicing. So in part of universal education, there is rejoicing. So one of the rejoicing. So rejoicing like this in the universal education. So well, and the first I explained rejoicing. So rejoicing, you see, all your past, present, future happiness, and a good action, virtuous action, which will result, cause of happiness. All the virtuous action, healthy action, ethical action. So they say. So collected from beginner's birth up to now in the future. So by rejoicing, how wonderful it is, I collected this birth. How wonderful it is, how precious it is, how lucky I am, I collected this. So each time you rejoice, you feel happiness, then all that merits up to now, you collected, all become double. Every time become double. In the merits, cause of happiness become double. Double from beginner's birth. Any merit you collect, rejoice double, but from beginner's birth you now rejoice, everything becomes double, triple. So you understand? So unbelievable. There's no business in the life, in the world, that you can increase that much of virtue. No way. The cause of happiness to increase that much, no way in the world. Even you go to Oxford University, Harvard University, no way. Even you are there. So to increase cause of happiness to each second you rejoice, you collect. So I mentioned in the past, I tell people, so I'm supposed to build a 50-story Mitya Buddha with the Buddha's 12 days around, Buddha's temples inside, statue, and then outside. So then somebody comes along, didn't spend money for the project. Somebody came along and just this organization built this statue and all this whole of this. How wonderful it is, how good it is, how wonderful it is. Rejoice, being happy, your mind. So rejoice, you see, just in that time, in that second, he collected his level of mind is higher than ours, higher than us. Then he collected more merit, double than us. You see, we put so much effort for a long time and the rest, but this man comes along, he rejoices. Oh, his mind is higher than our mind. He created all the merit, double than us. You understand? Double than us. In that second thing. So if the level of mind same merit by rejoicing in the second. By rejoicing, if he is a level of mind is Lord than us, how much merit you collected? How that much he get it. By rejoicing in that second. How good, so good, so fortunate, they did all these projects, built statue of the Holy Spirit. In that second, he get half of that much merit. Cause of happiness. Merit means cause of happiness, success. So, for example, you don't have bodhicitta, but someone has bodhicitta, you rejoice that person's, that bodhisattva's merit. One day merit, not all. Only one day merit. But you see, if you rejoice, you collect merit, you get half of that bodhisattva's one day merit. Not complete, but half. Half that much you get in 1 second. By rejoicing, in that second you get half of what the Bodhisattva collect one day. Okay, now without rejoicing you're going to collect merit. It takes 13,000 years. Just mentioned in the liberation power in the end. It takes 13,000 years without rejoicing. But rejoicing in 1 second you get. So now the Bodhisattva is not one. Then numberless Buddha. Now the Bodhisattva merit you collected past, present, future. You see? One Bodhisattva. Then the numberless Bodhisattva. Can you imagine? Wow. So if you rejoice, how much merit, you could rejoice, okay? So like that. Then you rejoice the Buddha's merit. By dividing in 10, you collect that much, 1 from the dividing 10. So like that. So anyway, Lama Tsongkhapa said, in regards to collecting merit, there's no other than you say most profitable is a rejoicing, practice rejoicing. Lama Tsongkhapa said. So this in 1 second, you rejoice your past, you rejoice all sentiments, past, rejoice in the second, how fortunate all the sentiments are good, you feel happiness, so you see, more you learn how they are so precious, more you learn how they are so kind. So then when you rejoice, they merit, then you feel rejoicing, happier. You get more happier when you see them collect merit. You are able to rejoice more. You are able to meditate more happiness. You see them collect merit, all like that. So it all depends on seeing the sentiment so kind and so precious. Do you understand? That's the basic. So like that. It's humble practice. So Nagarjuna advised the king who is so busy life. So the 3 practices Nagarjuna, he doesn't have time much to meditate or this, that. So one thing the refuge, relying on Buddha Masaka, refuge. The other one is bodhicitta. So do everything with the bodhicitta motivation for others. Do everything for others. You call it scarce marriage. Everything when you do, each thing, eating organs, order, each action with bodhicitta, then you call it marriage. More than sky. You have to keep the mind. More than sky. You have to. So if you're going around the strip up, for example, with the motivation bodhicitta, then each step you're going around, each step you call it more than sky merits. For example, this example, when so talking to somebody with the motivation bodhicitta, then each talk you call it more than sky merit each time. You understand? So it's eating food with the bodhicitta, then each spoon of food eating, you call it more than sky merit. All like that. Then dedication. Then what's called without dedication. Then here is everything. So dedication for enlightenment. Dedicate whatever merit, big merit, small merit, everything for dedicate to enlightenment, to reaching enlightenment for sentiment. Or then become unceasing, like putting a drop in the ocean. So into the ocean, finish the drop, never finish. So like that. So 3 things I advise the king to do in daily life, even though he's so busy. You understand from that point, you can understand the point, how it is important for you. So that so this so the achievement from rejoicing is Tona Mitimba may be good. So Buddha's holy body, Buddha's holy body, Tona Mitimba maybe. So any sentence being look at Buddha's holy body is you want to see, never get bored, never tired or bored. You know this how much you see, you want to see all the time. You know, it's like Tona Mitumba Meva. So it is all the beauties word, unbelievable. So Tona Mitumba go, the holy body letter by rejoicing. Oh, okay, so I do the Tibetan. So now, I have to look at, I think 7, I think part of 7, I think, I think part of 7. The part of offerings finish. Part of offerings finish. When the which part? Offering finish. Oh, that's the tuner missing me. Some amateur extra to the finish doesn't miss. From Symbolism. So that in this you don't miss anything. So from Symbolism, I'm going to practice. I'm going to, sorry, what? Ratanjawa Shinjimatu Tuturunandaka Dentist, Shindiri Sawasungan Naravalamatу, Machatora, Setua Nyangiron, the Chimala, Sapia Tongata, Betakakus, Gentilate, Kujalamana Chatura, Justin Benici and Rabatuna, Kamanya Suchuka, Maya catching to the Shida to Narata, Tameka to Nikamata, Janama Kuzi and Damanu, Lukademi, Zabas, Kachitna, Kun Changte, Changawatu, and Evaleve, Punto. Rande melody and message could not sola misato in mide nindo Tadish de Bajitu about Javis Corinne Meota to dear somebody the sheets in Japan. Misa changes a man the two tribute general on the Via Way, the Lama to the Chamala to the natural of the she got to the name in the Lama to Machete Gutamato, Lepotre, Chamberlain, Timmy to the Chicken, you draw a baby, Miss Mozo, elegant, Ubalocomia, and a Bamazo, you want me to the master. Somewhere make a general as you were to be too busy when I Nimanda on the Namadas, you them in the second day. Then there are Capuchi to give it to a chair of 30 years of Latin Yocador. Tinur Japan, the Malamas, that's the Napion Limbus, not all remedy, as we go, Sujuta, near the rage, the child, the on the region. Regina Mother, that is the cultivation. She am to the Yonza, the Bear Mazo, to the Jew at the Jerusalem to jail. My champion to get you to Jimmy, so can make it as Jabba to the Lachman. Mosera Churto, she went to waters and mentioned the Naman to get the vacation and that's what in the do the good job the some the so I think I did the terrible no I did the terrible the room no here people terrible the room huh tene pame donga kunje joje ba kusama jena kana modele munje ke tangi je ba mole ne che to bai madan je lama chonda je wasta je to so da andele je ni shindo ko ya da ye ro ngi be chara nya ndu sim donga ma ro mo tube ne je wa tija dolme tan la nan ta ma je na wat tab게 두제 잡아 가져봐 두지고 강들어 수건을 지내면 건줄 말해봐 다른 두지건데 저소솔 대장가 바칭에서 바구나 셀만데 왜 아마 견도데 나마 데벨러게 비체 라메 장주 뉴도 지로 탐들면 데볼 손데 메나 와치네 번나서 라마르 버체 나게 저걸면서 그래서 먹고내지도 그때 가자시 좀 어떤 게 now this part of prayer the request today dollar tujeje la balama tujeje 소원들다 계시는 로산장라이나 간에 지주들에서 버리 내면서 제가면서 돌아서 지금 시간에서 계시는 게 그두에 주는 돌아 게템바 가자 지금 라마나 돌아서 완전 지금 머리 주어지면 sabjiya lamato ngajo samadega lamato lato 지금 화장계 지담에 소송대 자도대 조자마기도 가다마 되어라면서 나죠 지금 뒤에 건들 말고 제가 다 지금도 가져 가는게 절라면서 좋아한다 지금 참에 자오긴 지ኛ를 안데 신예 저 고자와 잘라마 그러잖아 좋아한다 지금 진짜 시와 인시와 뒤 long before Pandit could call the adage long yeah I just in the Shema I didn't do Lama Jambudan came the chapter Lama Jambudo, that's the country. The initiation of the Jabatina Montana and the Lamachuna, so I can do terrible with the Bachasava. No, the Lamachuna Latamo, John Doe, Kajimi, the Laborator, Jagaji, Janagation of a Chingelo. So it is liberal, but the ship 100 good quality. The Lama Chunala Mountain, the Kajimi, Yeshe the Laborator, Janagation of a Chingal, Tantus and Savages, and Pamela Long and Yoga, Nagata, and Chicken the mother. The Jim, but the Jingle, Nimechi, Roger, the Barshi, Betantin, Tantan. You do a chase and I'm taking maybe I'm doing the Jamachingal, say, young Zasum, Lachun, Deja. Yeah, maybe I some do it and doing on that gentleman. The Jibachi. Chishenton Yats and Tepkan Mr. Some like eating. They may get you in Jendum Josola in the case Sora in the case Chingelo. The Denamia Jata Tonde, it may be a tago log at Canal and Canalitan do Sonamla, Timmy, Chichimachin, Kaya Nilo Longetala, Demato, Devarato, Chimisam, yes, so Malu of that tone, the system Meo that tone. Tanda to the Javachin, Tomato, Kuya, Chindia Dante, and the Division, Tarado, Salamado, and Georgia, Donabo, Nerani, Shivede. Today, I met some mediation, the Kutu TV. You want to could they go Gundi, Jujibu, the Java, the Chinese, Johnny, and this Japon, Yonji, Kojibu, Tabes, and Jamba, Ginger, like at Java, Yazu, Kiji, Tamia, Chuba, Sanebo, and other children to Lavachin. Then there's something to like it, Chicken dots of my questions, and when I'm going out to go on the Java, Jerry goes out and let you, that's your lobby, and I may. 남동 조조 때문에 저면이도 진조라 전조라 주니 처여서라 때문에 이래진 두근도라 지름 선전대 버주 진여로 온디 켈랑 저등 타달 대반이도 제마고 마시 삼성 남지 소신 제바 송아지 제바를 윤도 동안 라저와 담아게 제바도 지도전에 죽어서도 지어버 자외를 예정 중을 내가 수행한 남상 뒤에게 지난 바저 담아고 라저 때문에 지나면 별을 보자 자라고도 자라고도 디엘람데 비싱에 당자 저 된도제 도장에 살만유르의 군진은 그거죠. 제 솔데션 남저 거자다 텔레비전 미리야 내가 지금 들은 것 같네. 진년들은 내중아지 소전도 와서 자와 잠발 살룸 내중하다 대담마체 정루와 뭐든 뭐지 신경 되니. 저 남저 사람은 this now the outer to board the watch fair. 저 남저 살람한테 와도 그게 신경했단 말이야. sometimes 제 주제된 뭐이 변화된 섬지미제 담아가 버게 섬지 주자 신도 내가 손주 라미에 둘라되는 이지 주전제 런데라도 벌좀 신경 담아 주제된 저스 니도 질려 주지 폴라페마 주마메서 주자와 모두 투이티네 줄라메라마 주제되면 저는 제마탄자 라메고 제주네 주도군 제주자 진제라바주 제제 산주군제 질라데 대베스 제베고 주 대단냐마 초제미서 자다라냐도 몰라게 대라다도 그베 된저는 냐모니 주담제랑 주지 가정 가정한게 베제 대다 제만도와 제천도 제라마 주지 제비 그대로 대라도 그베 신경 조다자 그 따라만 좀 주다고 너나 신경 때문에 내가 좋다고 내다라면서 너 그베 동아 구체된 게 이렇게 받아 봐주 마데미님이 하다 신경 된도 신경 제베에서 님이 잡아드신 마데마다 저라바에 님에 대해서 님이 자되기 위해서는 되거지 그게 라마 샤와니 이제 라마 고장아 뭐가 제대로 남에 좋아가 The virtuous friend is embodiment of all the Buddhas, every single numberless Buddha, every single Buddha's holy action. So if you disrespect the Guru, then disrespect to all the Buddha. If you get angry to the Guru, then you get angry to all the numberless Buddhas. If you criticize all the Buddhas. So like that, it follows everything what you do. So there's no heavier negative karma than that, it says. So rising anger to the Guru in 1 second, then how many eons, how many seconds you get angry to Guru, how many, so like that, how many eons, how many eons, how many eons to collect merit to get destroyed. How many seconds you get angry to the Guru? If you get angry to Guru 10 seconds, then 10 eons of good karma is destroyed. That is explained from the culture. Then even you committed 5 heavy negative karma without break, kill the Father, Mother, Arhata, cast blood, Buddha, descended Ramana Sanghas, even you have done those very heavy negative karma, so forth. If you do that, still you can achieve enlightenment in this life, by depending on Tantra. By confessing, still you can achieve enlightenment in this life. But from the heart, if you belittle Guru, then for eons, you can't achieve any realization. The heavies in the grammar, the belittle Guru, then they were that can't achieve enlightenment in the life. Give it in the Jangon Leathering Lama to when you Magajama, suggested a Namichi Lama to second in so therefore it's emphasized so much in Buddhism to check the Guru before you make connection. Therefore, so all the shortcomings if you made a mistake. So therefore in the lamrim teachings in the sutra, those teachings, the examining Guru before you make connection, the Guru disciple, then it's so much emphasized, not like dog running food. When the dogs see food in the street, they immediately run, eat without examining whether it's good, bad for your, what is poisonous or what is bad, good for your health. Never check, try to finish as quick as possible. So, shouldn't do a pencil of the chicken, the advice shouldn't do like this when you look for Guru. When you look for Guru, shouldn't do like dog looking out for food. So in that way you are more careful at the beginning, so then in your life, then later, then you it depends so much of your how much you can practice. So much of that, how much you can dedicate your life to practice. But so less negative karma you create later. See, we check well at the beginning. So basically depends on your karma. All like that. Lama chulu kwa tanti demi jeba cheche ne tuwa demi chuzi chamaranga tamu dama jaganda jala tirinti mahuwa jani wa demi konde kanda kiwishi kita tuwa nyang demi yuwa tona chinga tendu demi solo na kwa chita jirang tuwa nyama tunga pichi nyonga laya tuwa tuwa tuwa kame ju Kaldi yaga tiritas ye, kaldi is released. As if we met Beatles Guru like that, you see. Well, first of all, you separate respect to Guru. Devote to the Guru, then what qualities you have generated before, now that goes away, degenerated. And then even what you have memorized in the text teachings, you forget. Even intellect, what you learned, you forget. Then so many sicknesses come in this life, and time and death, so about your karma, you have karma to live many years, but then that time and death comes up. On time and death, or like car accident, or the airplane crash, or so many ways. Suddenly a heart attack, or many coming, and time and death happened. And then next lives, you wander without end. Can do but come so no see the end. No. There's no end. For the Lord himself, so you can't see it. So wandering samsara, wandering the Lord him, so if you achieve at least if you achieve embody of the happy transformation, but due to respect in the past, then the non-devotional rights, similar result of the cause, then you get born in the even you born human being, but no freedom to practice Dharma. So outlying country or full or in the heretical being or like that. No opportunity to practice Dharma. So you don't hear even the sound of the virtuous friend, and you don't hear Holy Dharma at all. Even your body, him even. In short, then, so like that happens for events. Like that, if you made mistake in the correct devotion by his friend, then general sometimes and particular logic, you wonder in that. So like the Krishna in the ocean, at the bottom the animals stable like that, never come up, never free it's experience only suffering though, no opportunity to liberation and enlightenment though, high happiness. The root mountain and so maybe you stop here. There's some pages missing. The Tibetan text, 14 page. Tibetan text, 14 page. Back side in the front, the front side and back side I've done. So the next one is the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. 5 page missing. Is it probably my text? So I think I stop here now. So you can be enlightened.
O sa shi pege shi me to tang ri ra li shi ni de gen ba di sangye shindo me de bulwa gi to nam da shi ba sho idama guru
rana mandala kane yadaya Did all the past best of which minutes of glory, 3 minutes of glory, number listen to the Malay Buddhas, made the Buddhista so old and say having success enlightenment, for oneself for everything, and made it generate the heart, in the heart of numbers help, numbers animal, numbers human, numbers children, numbers enemies, and those who have made it and developed. Oh, Chanjo Esmeto Rembo Chema Jebana Jejo Jeva Nyaba Yameba Igone Kondo Pewajo. Tunyi Tawa Rinpoche Majiwan Jiji Jawa Nyamba Meba One Kunde Pewajo Tera Kunde Jawa Tungawe Tiji Nyimoto Jawa Ngabela Tatiya Takeche Tayandawa Majuruji Mijunanda Tamedinanda Latinges, Cheving to Jeton, Sugarinina, Wasan Javet and the Jawajo, Pandalama, Juguchi, Dawakuta, Putin, Tirananda to Juvarajua, Pandalame, Namata, like a Jetan, Chinzele, Batu, and Mugujala, did all the past the best of which I made to glory, 3 minutes of glory, number Buddhas. May the war, famine, disease, poverty, all those dangers be pacified immediately now in this world. And dangers of water, the earth, water, fire, wind, and all that dangers in this world to pacify immediately right now. They made this world filled with perfect peace, happiness, including enlightenment, all by general loving kindness, compassion, both which is the inherent heart. Then by seeing sentient being, hearing the voice, remembering, touching, all that, and then sentient see me, touch me, remember me, think of me, think of me, hear my voice, may all this suffering be pacified immediately, and may they achieve perfect peace, every single enlightenment. By general love, kind compassion, both in their heart immediately. Did all the past, the best of which I made to call it, but I made to call it, but I'm listening to me, and I'm listening to Buddhas. That which exists in mere name, mere leveled by the mind. May the I who exists here with a mere name be labeled by the mind. It is the Buddhahood that which is labeled by the mind. Lead all the sentient beings who exist in mere name be labeled by mind. To that Buddhahood which is leveled by the mind, and by myself alone, who is also leveled by the mind. Jamal Bavich, Jimba, Kunta, Samboti, and the Jin, Takunji, Jetsandalo, Chikawa, the Datan, the Ratumo, the Jebe, Jawa, the Moagala, to the Navayeta, Savati, Yasamboti, the Ratu, more the kindness of His, all the happiness come from His, all that prayer. Chicken? I thought it's chicken. Maybe you're hungry and you want chicken. What's that?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Maybe you want. Jeda Kamande Pende Amale Kale Choe Sande Chai She Cham Gun Away Dancing Kyong Away Gun Su Do Borze Cho Som Kurve Le Man Tu Ju Pa Da So Du Je Gun Du Sha Ten Shu. It is said, because Gadama Kishangwa said, Tundruta engage Shinyan Tsuchi Temple TV me, Shinyan Tsuchi Temple TV me, Tundruta Wushu name, Jambi Yang Narkiwa Textures. So a person who correctly devotes virtuous friend, like animals, so ignorant like animal. I like pigs and dogs, like pigs and chickens and so what they say. So ignorant, like animal, but no difficulties to become like Manjushri, Buddha Manjushri, embodiment of all the Buddha. You see, why? Because correctly devoted virtuous friend, with devotion, you see, but no intellectual, no understanding, but so much devotion to the virtuous friend. See? So, no intellect, so like fool, like animal, but no difficulties to become like Manjushri, to become like Buddha wisdom Manjushri. All understand all the phenomena directly, past, future, all like that. So that you have to know that, you have to write down that, so that before your practice for your meditation. So correctly for devoted virtuous friend. You see, the devotion like that. Then, even though it's no intellectual, so ignorant, but no difficulty to eat but Manjushri. Like Manjushri. Okay. Thank you very much. Good night.